part 9 of getting fired from my toxic chiropractor job and starting my massage business from nothing. So we're at about year 5 for context. And I get a call one sad day from the fire marshal letting me know that the building is not zoned properly for a business and it would need to have an elevator and all kinds of things it didn't have in order for it to work as for a business continuing on. So we had to scramble and find a new space. Now it wasn't going to happen right away, the shutdown, but it was, within a few months. So it happened to be the time that Portland was really booming and it was really hard to find a space, especially on Alberta, for any kind of reasonable price. We ended up moving down the way in a little bit of a different neighborhood, not as walkable, but still nice. And it was a shared space with other wellness providers. So a 6-room space that had another massage therapist, an esthetician, acupuncturist. I think there was a physical therapist at the time. Anyway, it was kind of nice. I wasn't as in love with the idea. The space wasn't as my ideal of a space as the one that we had, but the price was back down to reasonable, and we were able to take 2 rooms in that 6-room space for Written on the Body. And it was a blessing in disguise because this space turned out to be exactly the right balance for what we needed. And Written on the Body actually still lives there now, 15 years, going on 15 years of being open. So it worked out in the end, even though it was kind of a bummer to get that news. And I was pretty upset about it at the time because I had invested my IDA I had gotten at that point, and I had invested money in setting up that rooftop space and furniture and everything. And that was kind of like wasted because I didn't really get to stay there and enjoy it. But you know what? Moving into that new space, I was able to get grounded into the systems that I had created in marketing and just more financial stability. And I started to get everything in line. So a few things that I did when we moved in that space, I changed our service menu. It was kind of what you see traditionally in massage, which was a lot of options. So I actually streamlined and made it just personalized massage, and it was a little bit of a higher price, but people just chose from their they chose their service provider based on the techniques they offer, and then they chose the time duration, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, and that was it. So it took the decision fatigue out for clients, and we got higher prices. And we had redone our website and logo and sign and everything using the IDA that I had done before. So we got really streamlined. Systems were streamlined, marketing was streamlined, felt way less all over the place, and things started to be very consistent and grow, and it was lovely. I enjoyed a good amount of time there at that space, just feeling more settled and grounded. And then I started teaching at the Oregon School of Massage. I started teaching business, and I started to grow. Just as a business owner, I got way more business skills. I started to feel like the CEO of my business. I was still doing full-time massage as well, teaching business to other massage therapists, and my skill set was just like flourishing and blossoming, and I was feeling really confident and good in what I was doing. My book was full. Some of the other massage therapists that I work with, books were, filled up. Yeah, it just started going great. Finally. And I'm just going to give you 1 or 2 more parts here, which is the next step is that I decided to go back to school for my MBA. I wanted a little bit more business education. I was starting to feel a little antsy, like I needed more growth opportunities, and eventually decided to retire from my business. And that's when my team took it over as a collective, and they still own it now. So I'll give you that last part of the story next, and maybe one more part just about lessons that I learned. It's been an awesome journey, right? So when I left the business, it was 10 years old. So once we moved into that space, there was about 5 more years of me being an owner of the business and running it. And I won't bore you with all those details because a lot of it was just steady growth, and that was awesome. But I will give you the me exiting my business part of the story because I think that's also relevant to a lot of you. Thanks so much for watching up to this point. I would love to answer any questions that you have in part 10.